I'm not sure if it worked. It says live, but then... Yay, okay. I got a notification. This is so awkward.
No, it's not.
Let me make sure my sound is on. Okay, well, I'm just gonna talk to myself. It says 3 people are here. I have no idea who these 3 people are. If you are my mom, welcome. I know she was very eager to come to my reading, so yeah, she's always asking me about my poems and what they mean. And I feel like this is a good opportunity for my mom to listen in. Hi, Mommy. So I think the protocol, at least from what Annie sent me, is that I should just like wait for a few minutes, just talk randomly at my leisure, and then I can start reading at like maybe 7:05. Yeah. Oh, great. Okay, my friend Vivek texted me. He said he's here, so I think if you can you text me again if you can hear me? Comment moderation not set. Let's see. Yeah. Well, welcome to my room. It's actually not my room, it's my partner's room. And it is just one room. It's a studio, so yeah. Oh, also before I forget, I just really want to thank Annie McIntosh, who has been the coordinator of Poets in Pajamas, a series, and I also wanted to thank Erin Smith, who pretty much just runs Sundress Publications. So yeah, thank you. I'm gonna drink my Yakult now and wait for people. Oh great, my friend Emma texted me. She said that she can hear me, so I'm good. Yeah, I think as we wait, I'll wait for like another 3 minutes. Um, yeah, just let me know your thoughts about having carrots and clam chowder. I think, yeah, we just put some in the clam chowder and we're not really sure if that's like something you can do, but we added it for nutrition, so yeah, Alex says she thinks it's fine. Yeah. What else happened to me today? I went to this like Korean place. I got some food. I went to my friend's birthday party in the park. She has a cute Shiba Inu, so I got to pet the Shiba Inu. Yeah, now I'm here. I'm drinking Yakult, waiting for clam chowder. Kevin, yeah, I love Yakult. It's actually not even Yakult. It's like off-brand. Where did you? It's like I think it's German actually. Yeah, it's like it's called. I'm not even gonna say it because I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's not Yakult. It's off-brand Yakult. Yeah. Oh, also, I think I'm gonna start in like 2 minutes, but apparently you can ask me questions in the comments section and I will answer them at the end of the reading. I'll be reading for like 15 minutes and then we'll end promptly at 7:30 so you can get back to your night. Yeah, oh, one last thing before I actually start reading. I just want to say thank you for coming. It feels super indulgent to like look through my poetry and then pick poems to read, especially since I honestly haven't been writing actively since I would say January 2020. So this was a treat for me. And I think this year has also been a treat in the sense that I'm a third-year medical student on my rotations, and this year is all about me trying to figure out what I like and what I want to do with the rest of my life. And I think in a time like this, it feels super indulgent, and I feel very lucky to be able to do that. So yeah, I just wanted to share my gratitude for all of you and just, yeah, just very happy that you're in my life and that you're here. So thank you. Okay, it's 7:05, so that means I'm going to read some poems. The ones I picked out were intentionally poems I wrote about my grandparents a while back. The first one is about my grandfather on my dad's side. He was in the ICU. He is living in China right now, specifically in Chengdu, and It's really hard because I can't see him, and I'm also not able to talk to him on the phone because he doesn't talk anymore. So a lot of it is just through my grandma. So yeah, if you can think of my grandpa as I read this poem, his name is Tong. So just keep that name in your mind, and I hope you can just send him some well wishes. The poem is titled The Joy of Painting. Bob Ross came on Sundays, tucked in a milk-stained canvas bag, coiled in 2 spools of tape. Yeye's invitation only, +1 if you have one affair. We consumed color beams from the screen, scrutinized every stroke as if each strand of our hair belonged on that brush. Yeye's was falling out anyways. Bright red can eat up your world in just a heartbeat was really a lesson on color conservation. So I relayed the message as the time a mother duck nested her eggs by our garage and woke up to eruptions of webbed foot blood blotch on the driveway. See, bright red ate up her world. We cannot use too much of it. I'm not sure if Yeye heard what I said. Turned his back to watch double color coats as we waited for Popua to come home from sweeping another family's kitchen. Wow, I haven't read that poem in a while, actually, and yeah, wow, lots of memories. I will not get emotional, but my grandparents are a big part of my life, and a lot of my writing is just, I think for me, a way to process things that have happened and hopefully touch other people as well. The next one is a persona poem I wrote trying to imitate my grandmother's voice. This is the grandmother who's married to the grandfather in the last poem, and it's called Grandmother Courts Grandfather with a Chicken. This one's a fun one, so you can laugh. I can't hear you, but you can do it too, so yeah. My chicken wasn't like your chicken. The cafeteria chef taught me the right way to coax it out of the slaughterhouse, before he stewed and salted it, before he cooked it again for the canteen. I'm not saying I don't like the chicken here. The chicken here is deep fried and breaded, destined for stomachs and conveyor belts, eaten in slices as a child's lunch meat. The chicken here is found fresh or frozen behind grocery store glass, seasoned or conscious about its health benefits. I didn't know chicken could be so much until I moved here. Poached chicken, broiled chicken, rotisserie chicken, Kentucky chicken, and so many parts too. Chicken nugget, chicken wing, chicken thigh, chicken breast. But have you ever seen one alive? Clutched one by its feathers and looked it in the eye, asked it to behave, told it, today's the day he falls in love with me? No, I didn't think so. All the chickens here are dead. Yep, so that's me trying to be my grandma in a poem. She doesn't speak English, so that doesn't make any sense, but it's a persona poem, so I can do what I want. Yeah, my grandma's she's a funny woman. She's very sweet. She has a very loud voice. She's like shorter than me. She's 4'11", I think. But her voice is like, it booms through the staircase and like the neighborhood that she lives in. So yeah, she's a strong woman. And then in the same theme of me writing poems and sharing poems about my grandparents, this last one is about my grandmother on my mom's side, and processing her passing. She passed away a few years ago, and this poem is about her and her not so great state of health that she was in. It's titled Strawberry Cake. I light candles after flossing to blow out before bed. Line up 86 candles for your 86 years. It takes a lifetime and doesn't help that I'm asthmatic, but I like to swallow the smoke, soak in the promise of a lily or chrysanthemum pressed in wax, pretend it's a birthday where we celebrate 87. In August, you whispered, I want to die, but I brought a strawberry cake instead, wrapped the box with red bows, asked you to make a wish. We both coughed from the soot. Must have meant my lungs spawned from yours, sucked on unfiltered cigarettes like yours, maybe fell asleep on the hospital bed, filled with jelly fluid as yours. And as the wheezing stopped, I wished for your wish to come true. Yeah, so my grandmother, she is, somewhere. I'm not a religious person, but I am very spiritual. And was it last year? Yeah, last year, like a monarch visited my bathroom. I live on the 10th floor in Manhattan. And it was just wild that a butterfly like got into my bathroom. So I would like to think that that was my grandma visiting me as a butterfly. So yeah, this poem is for her. I hope that she is doing well wherever she is. Yeah. Oh, Alex is clapping for me. Thanks, Alex. Thank you very much. Okay. So I unfortunately never got to meet my grandfather on my mom's side, but I hope that my poems will find him someday and I'll get to know him through my poems. So that will be a treat for me, I think, as I continue writing. Probably not during third year of medical school, but at some point. And now I'm going to transition to poems when I was a bit more angsty and I was thinking a lot about death and dying and the afterlife and what it means. And I also recently read, at that point, Ming Chang's collection, Burial is Beginning. She also has a new, I'm like promoting her, I don't even know her, but like I'm like so obsessed with her. And she has a new, a debut novel coming out called Bestiary. You should definitely check it out. I'm hoping to buy it sometime soon. But yeah, I was reading a lot of her work and she has a line that was Burial is Beginning, and I was thinking a lot about how you can come to life after you pass away. So these two poems are about that. The first one is titled Heavenly Peach Banquet. Baba says we all become a carbon copy, written over and left in a book. I want us to be tea shop lights that reflect on the Yangtze River, a bubble of embers torn between failing to rise and refusing to fade. Last night, I scoured the bank again and again for oxygen to feed our ash, but there was none. Only carbon, ceding its worth to the working world. No matter. Tomorrow, I'll extend the end of another life with the beginning of my own. Find me by the river, growing gilt skin for the heavenly peach banquet, a party where I'll sleep on lily pads, fluttering and full. Peach pits everywhere, tucked in chestnut caskets, buried under pinked earth. No one told me reincarnation would be like this, swimming in torrid water and searching for gold that was never there. Wow. I haven't read that poem in a long. I haven't read any of these poems in a really long time. So, some of these lines. What was I thinking? But okay. So the next one is titled "To Make a Living," also in the theme of like the afterlife and what our life on this earth means, and also me just being really jaded during my first year of medical school, and you can probably get that sense when I read it. But the poem is titled "To Make a Living." An ophthalmologist died last week. I saw his obituary in the New York Times. 50 years as a devoted hospital employee, director, chairman, and trustee, and 140 peer-reviewed publications to remember his name. I think this is what it means to make a living, to worship the body for its productivity and pray at the altar of work. So he must have been dead on the morning he called in sick, lying in bed with his half-dreaming lover, preparing for the sloth of seacoast and sun damage, and dead again after pocketing an extra jelly donut to bring home for his daughter when the break room note said, "Please take just one." which makes the final deaths the sin of wasting time with patience, like the day he sat still in the exam room with the crying woman who could not see her only grandson's wedding photos. The first death in silence, the second in narration. A lovely beachfront altar, guests dancing and beaming by the body of water, quivering waves, not a cloud. Wow, I also haven't read this one in a while, and I start outpatient medicine this week, and the appointments are always so fast. They're like 15 or 20 minutes, and I've had the luck of working with like wonderful attendings who make it seem like they have all the time in the world when they really only have 15 minutes and really see the patient. And I hope I can learn from them more when I'm on that rotation. And yeah. Wow, okay. And I think I'll read maybe like one more, and then if you have questions or we can talk about other things, I will look in the comments section. It looks like no one has questions yet. If not, I can also read more poems, so whatever we want. And let's see. The possibly last one I'll read is called A Destination Wedding. It's a bit more light and fun, so I thought I would end on that. Unless you read other poems, and then I'll choose something else. But it's called A Destination Wedding. Not a celestial cityscape or a gilded ballroom, not a sappy redwood forest or a barefoot beach, not even a panoramic mountain peak or a dusk desert with the moon glow lighting. I want us gathered on the ground floor of Woodman Supermarket, illuminated by fluorescent incandescents, joined by wholesale prices. We'll seat guests in aisle 8 with the frozen TV meals, serve them goosebumps more pebbled than summer's best bitter melon after they find out we fell in love here. Before dinner, we'll propose baguette duels in aisle 10, call on friends to joust with sticks of wheat and rye until confetti crumbs coast from the ceiling and everyone scrambles to catch a piece of their own. In this frenzy, I'll find you calculating the price per egg in aisle 1. You'll tell me skim milk prices went up. I'll ask you to count every candied crystal in the seasonal sugar cookie sampler I won't buy. This is our holy exchange, this ration of ritual, a cakewalk. When the fridge is empty, we'll call our guests, fill the baskets, and glide off on shopping carts in an empty parking lot. Ooh, love poems, they're great. Yep. So I do have a few more, but I will also leave like 10-ish minutes for questions. They don't have to be questions related to poems, they could be questions about anything. Yeah. Also gonna take a Yakult break and drink my Yakult. Oh, I can show you my plant. Oh no, wait, where did it left.
The flower?
Yeah, the flower left. I bought a jasmine plant recently when I was in Chinatown last week. This is one of my grandpa's favorite plants. And it actually bloomed I think it was yesterday we saw it. And it was 2 days ago that he left the hospital. So we think that maybe it's a good sign that it bloomed. Yeah. So yep, this is my jasmine flower. Yeah.
You have some questions.
Oh, you have questions?
No, you have some.
Oh, I do? Oh, I don't see them though.
Oh.
You can just read them to me.
Aaron Broom says, can you tell us about your writing process?
Aaron Broom, can I tell her about my writing process? Or they or he, don't know who this person is.
Yeah.
I think when I was not in my third year of medical school, my writing process was a lot more structured. I was very intentional about having either like morning, setting aside like time in the morning, or setting aside time at night to just write. Um, and the way that I write poems is I don't, this is probably sacrilegious, but I don't think of the form yet. And I just like write words and lines that come to my mind. And then I think of form second. Um, so yeah, I think that was the ideal when I was not in the hospital and working in the hospital. And now there is no writing process. And I would really like to have a writing process again. But yeah, I think what I've told myself, I felt guilty about this before, but what I've been telling myself is this third year of medical school is all about me making sure that I uh, do justice to my patients and that I learn as much as possible so I can be like the best clinician possible in the future. And unfortunately, right now that just means that I don't have time to write. But hopefully, we'll be able to have more of a writing process soon. Are there more questions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can read them to me.
Shannon Pelusan says, I love your musing on the afterlife and reincarnation. How does your medical studies intersect or affect your poetry?
Oh, thank you for that question, Shannon. Wow, these are really good questions that I have not thought about yet. I think what's really unfortunate about the third year of medical school so far is that everything is so fast paced. And I do not have the time to, it sounds weird, but the like free time to think outside of like clinical decisions. So I don't have a good answer to that question yet. I think the honest answer is I'll need time away from the hospital to think more about that, and I'll probably have a better answer. One thing I can think of now is that actually, yeah, I don't even have a good answer. I'm really sorry, Shannon. I wish I did. But if you email me in a year, I might have a better answer. So if you want to leave your email, we can keep in touch.
Annie McIntosh says, your last lines are so powerful. How do you decide when or how a poem or image should end?
Oh, Annie, hello. Thank you for organizing this whole thing, first of all. And yeah, I've never met you in person, but you seem like a wonderful human being, and I would like to meet you one day. But just thank you. And in terms of when the poem should end, that is also a very good question that I wish I knew the answer to. I think the weird thing is I usually don't go into poems thinking of what they will be. Like I have a general idea of like a line maybe I want to incorporate in a poem, or like a feeling or an emotion. And so usually what happens, because I feel like I think the best thing about poetry is that unlike any other genre, like fiction um, uh, or like nonfiction or anything that isn't poetry, it's less about how you feel about something, and in poetry, it's all about how you can like make someone feel something through writing. And I think for me at least, I'll like reread the poem and make sure I feel the same thing that I felt writing the poem, or that I want the reader to feel. And if I like put the poem away for 2 months and then I come back to it and I still feel that feeling, I feel like it's like probably the end of a poem. I don't know about the end of a line though, but definitely the end of a poem. Or if another good thing is if I stop thinking about the poem after I've written it, is probably a good sign of like the poem is done, or the last line of the poem was like probably a good last line. No more questions? Oh, great. Okay.
Andrew says, self-conscious chicken is my favorite chicken.
Andrew, me too. Wait, self-conscious or health-conscious?
Self-conscious.
Oh, I should revise my poem. I should make it a self-conscious chicken. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I am a self-conscious chicken. This whole like last 2 months has me like just being really self-conscious and making sure my attendings approve of me, which is like not a space that I like living in. Yeah. Alex, do you have any questions for me?
Not right now. Oh, Andrew does.
Oh, Andrew
What's your
has a
favorite
question.
snack these days?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I always like Flaming Hot Cheetos. Um, what else? Yakults. I've been spending a lot of money at Kung Fu Tea buying like the Yakult green tea drink, and I realized how much like it's just a waste of money. And then Alex was like, "You should just buy Yakult and make your own." So that's why she bought me these. So I think that's like a big one too. Now I just drink Yakult.
Andrew says, same girl, same.
Same girl. Yeah, I spend so much money on things that I don't need, and I'm trying not to do that because I don't want to contribute to, yeah, I just don't want to contribute to that lifestyle anymore. Yeah. Any other questions? If not, I will let everyone go about their days.
Oh, Hannah says,
Oh,
do you still eat Cheetos with chopsticks?
LOL, Hannah. Good question. No, I don't. If Ricci's here, she does, but I don't. Um, yeah.
Just to suffer with the red finger.
So, yeah. Yeah, I don't. I should though. Well, thank you everybody. Just
Wow.
kidding.
Oh, just one last thing.
One last
Shannon
question.
Poulouson says, lol, I worked at a KFT and was about to recommend making Yakult drinks.
Shannon, maybe you can tell. Okay, everyone can leave. It's fine. This is like not a useful Facebook Live anymore. But something that I really wanted to ask the Kung Fu Tea sales associate is how like the ratio of Yakult to green tea. And I've been meaning to ask him for the longest time. I've just been really shy. So Shannon, if you could please just comment like the ratio. I would love to know how many of these I should mix with green tea. And that will be the end of this. Everyone, I'm really sorry this has turned into like me trying to figure out how to make Yakult green tea. But yeah. Yep.
Annie and Genevieve both said thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And giving such thoughtful answers.
Thank you. Okay, maybe I should end the thing even though I really want to learn about the Kung Fu Tea.
Such a lively reading. Oh, I'm just reading more.
Oh, you're reading more comments. Okay. Well, Shannon, feel free to message me on Facebook about the exact ratios of Yakult to green tea. I'd be very happy, but I'm going to end this now because it's not poetry anymore. Yeah, it's clam chowder time. Everybody, thank you for coming. I hope you have a lovely evening. And yeah, I just feel really lucky to have you tune in. So thank you. Goodbye.